What's going on, guys? Khalipa's Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is the beginner's guide to the Cricket Ovation 2. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some more basic tips and tricks for this phone to help you get more familiar with the device. Now, before we go any further, I do want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So the first thing I want to show you is how to change the wallpaper. The first thing we're going to do is go to Settings, go to Display, and hit Wallpaper right here. Now you're going to be able to choose between live wallpapers, photos you have in your gallery, and wallpapers that are already on the phone. Now that was easy enough, but I'm going to show you an even faster way. All you need to do is put a finger on your home screen and hold it for just a second, and this menu is going to come up. And as you can see, it's not just wallpapers. You can also go to your home settings and add some cool widgets to your home screen too. The next thing I'm going to show you is how you can show and hide your battery percentage. As you can see up here, it does have the percentage by default, but if you think it makes your status bar look a little bit too cluttered, I'm going to show you how you can hide it. So what we're going to do is go to Settings, Battery, and right here, as you can see, battery percentage is toggled on, and you're just going to want to turn this off. And now you're not going to see the battery percentage up there. And if you ever change your mind, you can turn it right back on. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to take a screenshot. This is a basic enough function, but it's not done the same way on every phone. And if you're new to Android or smartphones in general, it can be a little bit tricky. So all you have to do is press the power key and the volume down key at the same time and hold. The screen's gonna flash, this is gonna show up, and that's how you know the screenshot has been taken. Remember, don't just press it, because if you press it, as you can see here, nothing is happening. You're gonna wanna hold it down until the screen flashes. The next thing I'm gonna show you is how to change your notification settings. For me personally, this is pretty important because I hate getting notifications from random apps I never use. So I'm gonna show you how you can turn certain ones off. So we're gonna go to our settings menu, Apps and notifications. So we're actually gonna have a few options here. First of all, you're gonna be able to see all the apps that have sent you notifications in the last 7 days. And if you don't want notifications from any of them, now there are some you can't turn off, like basically just the system stuff, but those usually aren't gonna bother you anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. You can also turn on conversation bubbles. I think this is a really cool feature. Basically, if you're having a conversation through text or Facebook Messenger, whichever messaging app you're using, they're gonna show up as little bubbles on the screen, so you don't actually have to go out of the app you're using in order to answer the message. Now the next thing I'm gonna show you is pretty similar to notifications, and that is sounds. Sounds can be equally as disruptive as a notification you might not want, especially if you're in an environment where you can't be making noise with your phone. So I'm going to show you how you can change and turn off certain sounds. So we're going to go back to our settings menu, go to sound, and now we have a few different volumes we can change. First of all, the media volume, that's going to be when you're listening to music, watching a video, playing a game, all that stuff. The call volume, keep in mind this is not the ringtone, this is actually the volume of your earpiece when you're talking on the phone. Down here, ring and notification volume, so this is not only for calls, this is also for text messages, notifications from apps, that sort of stuff. I personally like to keep it on vibrate. Alarm volume is pretty self-explanatory, and vibrate for calls. Right now it's set to never vibrate, but it's also in vibrate mode, so that pretty much cancels it out. You can also change it to always vibrate if you want it to vibrate and make a sound as well. You can always turn on Do Not Disturb if you're in a situation where you just don't want to get any notifications or any sounds or anything like that for a shorter period of time. But be careful with this because it's pretty easy to forget that you have this setting on, and then you'll be missing out on the notifications that you actually want. There's also a shortcut to prevent ringing, which is basically a quick way to put the phone in vibrate mode, and that's the power key and the volume up key, so like this. The next thing I'm going to show you is how you can view your device storage. This can be really useful if you're starting to get a little bit full and want to know if you can fit something else on your phone, or if you have to go through your photos or whatever's taking up a lot of space and start deleting things. So we're going to go to Settings and go down here to Storage. And as you can see here, it not only says how much space you have out of your total and gives you a percent used, but it also shows exactly what's taking up space. So for example, right now the system is taking up most of the space on the phone. Other apps is taking up a decent chunk, and nothing else really. There's not a whole lot on this phone right now. 44% used, pretty good. But if you ever are in a situation where you do have to start deleting things, this is a good spot to go to help you figure out where to start. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen lock. This is basically how you unlock your phone. So for example, right now I have mine set to a pin. As you can see here, it's going to have you put in a pin. I can also use the fingerprint scanner. Pretty cool. And I'm going to show you how you can get all this set up. So we're going to go to our settings, go down to security, and screen lock right here. As you can see, it is set to pin, and in order to change it, you will have to put in your current pin. So now you can choose between none, swipe, pattern, pin, password. And if you want to use the fingerprint scanner, you're going to want to go back to the main security menu and set up your fingerprint. Keep in mind, you can also set up multiple fingerprints. You're not just restricted to one. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is how you can turn on the dark theme. The dark theme is pretty self-explanatory. It basically changes the light colors on the theme to dark colors, and this can be really cool, especially at night. So let's take a look at how to activate it. So we're gonna go to settings, display, and dark theme right here. You can toggle it on. And as you can see, this is the dark theme. And if you tap on dark theme one more time, it's gonna take you to this little menu where you can schedule it. A lot of people like to turn it on from sunset to sunrise, but you can also do a custom time, so you can really make it your own, have it turn on and off whenever you want. But that was my beginner's guide to the Cricket Ovation 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.